guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to show you how to make these lovely little boxes. Now they are just beautiful. I'm using the Antique Romance little sort of like fussy cut bits, which are all sort of like these. You get loads and loads and loads, all different shapes and sizes, and they're beautiful, and they are perfect to go on top of boxes. Oopsie daisy, open that one up. So they are lovely, really simple. This one has got my little buttons in, so they are just gorgeous, and that just sits on top like that. I've added some lovely little bits of lace around this side. I'm going to just show you how simple they are to make. Look, this one's got a little flower on the side. That one's got some little bits of lace in. So these make beautiful little gifts and things like that, and lovely little things to pop on your shelf, make everything look so pretty. We like to do that. Now the paper I'm using, this is just I think this was 200 GSM paper, which I coffee stained last year, I think, in the garden. So it's just the A4 paper. It might actually be 250 GSM. It's one that doesn't fit in my printer. It won't print on my printer. It's too thick and it goes all wibbly wobbly. So I've just coffee stained it instead. So I'm going to use that, but use what you've got. If you've got some little bits of card, use your card. As long as it's got sort of like a decent sort of like thickness to it. So that's what we're going to use. And I was wanting to use this one. So just pick whatever, thing you want, or if you want a certain size box. Now I'm going to measure them by the labels that I'm using. And this one I measured by the size of the buttons. These are just little buttons, little antique buttons on like this. Oops, this is how they come. So I just measured that to find the size of the box. So let's just pop that in there. So you wait, I'm going to pop these in here and I'm going to wonder where my buttons are. I'll probably think, where on earth are my buttons? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to measure this. So this is 5 inches. 5 inches by just under 3 inches. So I'm going to say it's 5 by 3. So is that just over 5? So I'm just going to go just over 5. So say 5 by 3 inches, or what's that? Nearly 13 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. Not that it really matters, because you'll be measuring yourself with whatever you've got. So that means I'm going to add an inch either side. So I want, because it's 5 inches, I'm going to measure 7 inches across here, and then because it's 3 inches this way, I'm going to measure 5 inches. So we're going to cut a square, not a square, piece, which is going to be 7 by 5. Okay, and I'm going to use this like this. Now this will be then the same size as this, like that. Now if you want a gap around the outside, then obviously do it just slightly bigger, but I'm just going to do this one 7 by 5. So I'm going to do this. Well, actually, I'm going to go up just 5 1/4, I think, just so I've got a little edge around my my little label going on there. And then I'm going to do it 7 1/4 as well. So we'll do 7 1/4. Oh, can you hear next door's dog barking? So I've done that 7 1/4. Now that's going to be the top. So the top needs to be just slightly bigger. So because I've done that 7 1/4 or 5, let's measure this way. I did it 5 1/4. I'm just going to go down one. So it's, what's that, 5 1/8 of an inch. So I just want it slightly smaller for the bottom. So then do that, and then I'm going to just do slightly smaller. So instead of 7 1/4, I'll do it 7 1/8 of an inch, like that. So there we go. So this one like that. If it's down, can you see just 1/8 of an inch gap in there, just so that we can put the top over. Oh, I need this, just so that we can put the top over the bottom piece, because it needs to be, if you look, it needs to be slightly, you need a bit of a gap, just so it's not hard to get over the top. I'll pop that in there. Now, because we've done 1 inch either side, we want to score 1 inch all the way around. So I'm going to pop that on there. Take my little scory tool and then just score down there. You can do this on your scoreboard, but I'm just going to do it on here. And just go around like this. So now, if you obviously want a square box, like a 5 by 5 or something like that, measure it 7 inches square and then just mark 1 inch either way around it. And that gives you, like, 1 inch here. But obviously, if you want your box taller, then, do it as high as you like, but add it on to the size. If that makes sense. So I'm just going to go 1 inch around, just score 1 inch. These are so lovely to make, and it's so nice to be able to make a box, isn't it? It's like envelopes. Once you learn how to make an envelope, they're really, really simple. And a box is good. I think I've done this before anyway. Probably made boxes before. Right. So we are then going to cut the little squares. So we want to cut down like that little corner, and just a little sort of section out like that, and go all the way around like this. I think I did these on Instagram, similar. But we're just gonna do a quick one like this. Well, guys, happy March. We had a fabulous weekend. I managed to get out into the garden and do a little bit of gardening, which was lovely. And then today it's gone really grotty. It's gone a bit funny out there, so it was lovely yesterday. So we managed to get the garden looking a little bit tidy. We're supposed to have rain again soon, but we didn't bring the chairs up from the garage. We got the table out there, but we haven't brought the chairs up yet because it's not quite warm enough. Well, it is, but if it's going to rain, I'd rather it not rain on the chairs. But yes, I do feel better for sort of like tidying up the garden. All my lovely flowers are coming out now, which is beautiful. Right, which was the top? Let's see, which was the top? I think this one. This is the top. So that's the top. I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to take a piece of, not that it really matters at the moment which is the top and which is the bottom, but I'm going to ink it. And I'm going to use this to ink it because this is really lovely. It gives a nice sort of like a nice smoothness to distressing it. So I'm just going to go over it. So this is the bit that's going to take the time. Now again, you can use any colour ink. You don't even have to ink it. You can, I don't know what is wobbling on my table. Something's hitting something. Maybe it's my rulers. Got my big thing of rulers on the table. I've got loads of stuff on the table, so I'm not surprised it's all making lots of noise. Why is that noise? I don't know. I had to pull everything out yesterday as well. Yeah, it was a busy day yesterday. We did all the garden, and then I had to come up here and pull out my shelves because of the dampness, and because last year, I don't know whether you remember, I think it was last year, might even be the year before, we had next door's roof was leaking, and it sort of like came through because it's sort of attached. It came through down our wall, and it's, they fixed it, but it's still getting really damp, so we had to do all that yesterday as well, which is quite nice because I sort of like, you know, took stuff out and give it a bit of a clean and popped it all back, had a little nosy, see what else I've got in there, which is quite nice. So I've just done that little bit just to give it a little bit of colour, and I'm going to do it again on this one. It doesn't really matter which is. I like to do the inside as well, so it's got a little bit of colour to it. But like I said, you can cover it as well with a little bit of paper, whatever you like. But I'm just showing the basics how to make a little box, which is lovely. And it's like I said, like if you know how to make an envelope, you can sort of like. It's nice to be able to make a box as well to put things in. So let me just get a bit more ink on there. This is a workout in itself, inking this. I think I need to get, I still haven't ordered another one of these inks, which I should, because I think this one is just sort of running out just a little bit. Okay, that will do for a second. That will do for now. Right, and then we're just going to bend these over, bend them down like this. We could ink a little bit afterwards as well, depending on how sort of dark you want it. Right, so that's one. Then we'll do this one. And you see I've been inking everything, so ink everywhere, like that. Oh, I did you see yesterday's Shabby Saturday video where we made these beautiful little envelopes, lacy envelopes? I absolutely love them. So I'm going to be making some more. I want to try and make some more today because I just think they are lovely. Now, which is the biggest one? Because I don't know now. I think this is the bigger one because we need to put the label on this one. So let's pop this to the side, which will just glue these together because this is the bottom. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, a little bit of tacky glue. I don't need that bit of paper now. Pop that to the side. It seems very dark in here today. Right, a little bit of glue around, just on those little triangles, like that. I'm going to glue all of them together, like that. Well, after I've done this, I've got the lovely job of cleaning my oven. I've actually sprayed it at the moment. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, it looks absolutely awful. So I've sprayed it, so I'm going to have to finish this off and go and clean the oven. I've actually broken the top of my hob as well. It's a glass hob top thingy-majiggy. And I did crack it before. I dropped something on it and I cracked the corner. And when we were cooking last night, I noticed there's a crack all the way across it, so we can't use it now just in case. So trip out tomorrow to go and pick up another top hob thingy-majiggy. That's why I'm cleaning the oven, so it's all nice and clean. So good excuse, clean the oven, isn't it? So it's all tidy. If we're going to have a nice clean new top one, then, oops, that isn't very level. It'd be nice to have a nice clean oven. So yes, it's not the nicest job to do, is it? Right, this is the bottom. I'm just going to ink this up just a little bit more, just around the edges, like that, just to sort of almost like vintage it up, isn't it? We're going for the sort of shabby vintage, so we're going to have a little bit of lace on here and a little bit of grungy bits, which work well together. Oops, make sure you stick your little corners down properly. Ink this up Now, if your printer takes a harder or thicker sort of card, then you could probably print out some beautiful papers to print these on, to use to make these, I mean. I think they would look really nice, wouldn't they? But my printer doesn't like it. It just doesn't like it. Right, this is the top. Let's just make sure this is the top. Yes, it is the top. So we're going to take this and we are going to stick this onto there like that. This is the one with the salted chocolates. So it would be quite nice to have little chocolates in there, wouldn't it? But I'm going to put some lace in there. So this is a lovely one if you're making a birthday gift. Actually, it's Mother's Day in the UK soon, isn't it? In March 15th or something. I don't know. Can't remember. So if you are in the UK, you want to make a lovely Mother's Day gift, then this is perfect. You could have some of these and you could put little chocolates inside. It will be lovely. You might even be able to buy some card which is sort of like already patterned. We might have something that's already patterned in a thicker card, which you can use. Just going to ink around this edge just a little bit, like that. Put that on. I'll ink around this one a bit more in a minute, but this is going to go. I should put that in there really. There we go. This is going to go on there. Look at that. Doesn't it look lovely? Lovely, lovely. Now, I would like this because I need to make sure the glue is all the way around the outer side. Like that. I'm going to take my little thingy-me-jiggedy. Make sure that is right to the edges. There we go. I'll pop this on. Like that. I'm not going to put anything underneath this. Oh look, I just got glue everywhere. There we go. I'm not going to put any lace or anything underneath this. But there we go. Oh, I think that looks lovely. And obviously it's a little bit harder once you've got another layer of card on there. Beautiful. Let's fold these in like that. Like that. And then we will glue around these little edges, the little corners. Hold that on. Just a little bit of glue on there. Like that. And there. I forgot last week. I was meant to do a little thing, a little guessing game of how many, what's in a jar, and I completely forgot all about it. So I'm going to have to do one this week. I'm not quite sure what we're going to pop in a jar, but we will have another little guessing game because they're quite fun, aren't they? Let's just nudge that. I will find something to pop in a jar. I've still got, believe it or not, I've still got some Smarties left in here. Look, I haven't eaten them all. Oops, I can't put them down now. Oh, so yes, I've still got some of those to munch on. But I'll have to find something to pop in a jar. There we go. Or in a box. I could put something in this box, couldn't I? We will have another guessing game of some sort anyway. Let's stick that on. That's stuck down. You can always pop a little clip or something on these to hold those down, but that tacky glue is pretty good. Oh, I'll tell you what I forgot to do. because I'm talking too much, I forgot to punch a hole in here, and it's easier to punch a hole when it's flat, not a hole, like a little lip, little thingamajiggedy. So yes, do that before you glue it together. So I'm going to just measure this so we're sort of in the middle and mark it off. So that's roughly 5. Where's my pencil? Did I put it away? Yes, I did. So roughly about there. And then this side. That's if you want to make a little notch in there. But I forgot, and it can only go, you know, so far in without sort of bending anything. Oopsie daisy. Just a little bit more. We got a little. That's fine. That's good. But if you wanted it sort of a bit bigger, because it can only go up to this bit like that. Oh look, I got to bend that. Never mind. Let's just ink that little bit. And I think this little bit sort of like finishes it off, doesn't it? I think it makes it look really nice. Right, I'm going to just do a little bit more inking just to darken those corners up. Like that. And then we shall pop a little bit of lace or something around the outside, I think. Like that. A little bit of dark on there. So these are very, very simple to do. So if you do have like a little label or something you want to make into a box, just measure it and just add an inch, and or however high you want it, a couple of inches. But at the moment I don't want them too, the card isn't thick enough, I don't think, to have it too big. I think it's, you know, it will be a little bit bendy. So look at that. Oh, perfect, isn't it? Isn't that just gorgeous? And then you've got your little thumb thingamajiggies to go on that. Right, shall we decorate this a little bit? What should we put around the edge? Oh, I did have these. I had some little pearls, which I thought might look quite nice. But I could do with just a little bit of lace, couldn't I? Got my big thing of lace here. I do like this one. This one is lovely, and I think that would probably go on it quite nicely too. And then we could pop a little rose on. Right, I'm going to put this on top, just so it's a little bit more support on there. And then I'm going to just measure my lace roughly around, so we've got the right amount, like that. And then I'm going to find the middle, just so we've got the middle, so it goes like that. So I'm going to put this, you know, in the middle of here. Is that about right? Okay. A little bit of glue gun. I'm going to just stick some glue gun just in the middle, like that. Stick that down. Just goes around the outside. Bring the glue gun over just a little bit. Just a little dot around the top. Don't want too much. We don't want it oozing over the top. It's a little bit too much. I was a little bit too close to the top actually. Just go down here. Well, not that it really matters, because I'm going to pop a little bit of the little pearly, little pearl stringy things in a minute. Let's go this way. Like this. Pop that down. I think these are so cute. Love them. You could probably do the same. If you saw the video, this one, you could probably cover a piece of lace like this and pop that over the top on a piece of card. It'd be quite nice, like a laced top one. Would be nice. Oh, I've got that other thing I showed you, I want to show you as well, which I'll probably forget, but at the end of that video, Shabby Saturday, I wanted to make like a little pocket to put one of my other little journals in. And I sort of did a bit of sewing on that, so I'll show you if I remember. There we go. Like that, all my little gluey bits. Let's put that there like that. I'm going to just snip this a little bit off. There we go. Just so that connects in the middle. If I can. Right, I need a little tiny bit off here. Oops. Just so it will fit. Just butts up nicely like that. There we go. Perfect. There we go, look at that. That's so pretty, isn't it? I think that looks really, really lovely. Okay, so now I wanted to use, where's it gone? Here it is. Some of this, if I've got enough on here. I think I need to get some more. I did have, oh, I got a little bit of this one. But that's a different, this is sort of white. This is more of a creamier colour. So I think I need to order some more of this. I think I got this from Temu. No, actually, I got this from, I got this from my local shop. So I think oh my gosh, what a mess I've just made. Oh look, we've got 2 pieces on there. Let's take that off. Right, I'm going to glue this and then cut it off, because I think that will be the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to just do a little bit, just to start that off, because this tends to sort of go all over the place. It's like a little snake, so it's sort of like, oh look, that looks so pretty. It sort of goes all like little pearls, doesn't it? Let's go. There we go. Stick that down. Oh, lovely. Could do these little strands. Top all the way along. Well, we're hoping to go for a nice beach walk in the morning, so fingers crossed the weather's going to be nice. I was too tired this morning. I was going to, Sunday morning we were going to go, but I was really tired. I knew I had to go and do the garden. So we didn't really do it. But tomorrow I'm hoping it's going to be nice and fresh. We can go for a nice walk. There we go. Oops. Pop that down. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I think I'm going to try. I got some chipboard I was going to make some little boxes from, which I did make sort of one. So it's obviously not as, you can't make them like these, which is here. This is what I've got my little envelopes in. this size, which is a little bit, it's a 1mm chipboard, which is not as thick as the one that I normally use. And it's a little bit lighter, it's not so heavy. So I could probably make bigger boxes with that. Put that on there. Okay. So that's done nice. Oh, that fits just perfect, doesn't it? Look at that. So that looks really pretty, doesn't it? A little bit wibbly wobbly, but that's okay. It all looks nice and pretty. A little bit of wibbly wobbly makes it look handmade, so I'm not worried about that. Let me just quickly put this away. Just wrap that up. Not quite sure whether that's going to wrap up properly, but we will just pop it over the top. Oops. Oops, look at that, it's like pings everywhere. Right, let's hold that on quickly. There we go. Lovely. Oh, pop that up there. I do like that. Now, shall I pop a little rose on it? I think it would look quite nice with a little rose on. I've got these little ones in here. So again, I do like, suppose they would, oh look, they could go pretty well, don't they? Maybe I just pop a little one. I could probably do with 3 on here. I don't like the green on these. To take those little bits off. And then I just pop a little bit of tulle on there. Just take that off. Oh, they're the perfect colour to go with this. Take these off. You could probably put them on the corners. I didn't really want anything on the top, but I will on this one, because just in case, you know, if you want to put them on top of each other. But again, I can just sort of like put it sideways, can't I? On a little slanty bit. So let's have, I'm going to put these in the middle, which are like just the little sew-on rhinestoney things. The little lovely little bit of bling in there. So I'll put one of those in the middle of each one of these. Let's hold on to that. A little bit of glue. And the little hole, if I can pick that up before my glue dries. There we go. Just fits in there. Perfect. So again, I've also got sort of like the little crystally things or rhinestones, any colour rhinestone that you want to sort of pop in. You can put in there, or a little pearl. Little pearl would work as well. But we do like a little bit of bling. Let's pop that on there. There we go. And then this little one. A little bit in there. Oops. Pick that up and pop that in. Like that. Perfect. Well, let me just show you that thingamajiggy. Here it is. So if you saw the video, I was making the little covers like this for my little mini journals. And I wanted to make a bigger one for this one, which I finished now, and I just think it's beautiful. I haven't done a flip through. I'm going to do a flip through on Instagram today, and so this will just wrap around like that, and that will be the holder for it. So this will sort of hold on, and then this will go in and out. But what I wanted to do was make this back bit a little bit harder. So I popped in a little bit of, what's it called, felt. and I've actually sewn it on, but I don't like the look of seeing the felt inside there. I don't like that. So I'm just thinking of putting a piece of something like this inside and slide it up through into there. So we've got sort of like the colour, you've got the paper coming through, because I don't like the felt in there. So if I cut that to size and just hopefully it will just sort of like sit inside, because I don't want to see this either at the bottom. So, but I like that. And then I will just sew these bits together, sew that up, and that little journal can just sort of like sit inside. And this is the bit I wanted to be harder, so it's got like a back to it, but it looks a bit foamy, if you know what I mean. It's like I've stuck a piece of foam in there because of the colour. But anyway, that's my idea. So I will probably, I've got so many things that I want to do that I forgot what I was doing now. Right, I need a little bit of tulle. So we can make a little sort of nesty thing for them to sit on. I'm going to take a little bit of this and just stretch it like that, give it a good stretch. And then what shall I do? It might be too many of the roses to. Let's see if we can tie 3 little sort of faux knots in there. Maybe not, maybe I could just do 2. If you just sort of like do a little knot and pull it out, it gives you like a little sort of nest to put your little roses in. You know what I mean? That sort of like will just sort of like nestle in there. I think that will be alright actually. I know you're not going to see this, but I'm not really bothered about that. And then I can make another little one to go there. That's what I shall do. Pop that there. Stick these 2 on. Oh, I don't know, you can see that, can't you? Just trim that a little bit. And then I just need another little bit. Where's the other end? Where's the end that I've cut? Is that the end that I've cut? This one. Oh, I've got lots of sort of strips of this. Just in love with this tool. It is so soft and so beautiful. So take another little bit. Let's just pull this. And then tie another little knot. So when you tie it, just tie a little knot, but just leave it so it's sort of baggy, if you know what I mean. And then that piece can sort of sit on there, if it can. Let's just squeeze that in, that little bit there. So then we can have 3 little roses on there, like that. Start with this one. Put this one on there. Squeeze that down. That one in there. What's that like? That's nice, isn't it? And then we'll just pop this one. This one can go in the front sort of bit. A little bit of glue. Stick that one. Hold them in a little bundle like that. Hold that down like that. Oh, look at that. Just so pretty, isn't it? I'm going to get all our little strings of glue out of the way, but oh, that's so lovely. Really pretty. Okay, now I think that's pretty much done. I would like to put some lovely little bits inside. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, I love it. love it. Right, I've got in my little drawer, let me just grab a handful of bits. This is all my lovely bits of lace. That will sort of fit. It's a little bit too big. That one's a little bit too big. We won't put that in. But these little pieces, look at these little bits, can all be sort of popped in and rolled around. Just popped in there. I think they are just lovely. That's a little bit too big. What have we got? This little piece. What's the thread? Oh, some thread everywhere. Then we want another little piece in here, don't we? Let's pop you in there with your little label in there. Actually, tell you what would look nice. I've got little pins here. Pop that on there. Look at that. It's got a little pearl hanging off it. Just nestled in there like that. Oh, how gorgeous. How wouldn't that make a beautiful little gift? Oh, I think that's so lovely. Pop the little lid on. And then we've got all these lovely little boxes with lots of little goodies in it. So this one's quite heavy with the buttons in, because they're quite heavy. And then we've got this one, it's got little bits of lace in. Oh, I just think they're beautiful. And then these can just stack up like that. Oopsie daisy. Not like that, because that's quite heavy. But how lovely would that be on your shelf? I think this one is too heavy. I've got too many buttons in that one. Look at these. I wonder if you could sort of, quite nice to sort of have a little buttons in there. Like that. Let's put a little button in there. Let's pop a little one in there. Be nice actually to have these open as well on your desk. But my room is just not big enough to have all these things that I want everywhere. But there we go, guys, how to make a lovely box. So quick recap, let's pop those to the side. I'm just going to quickly show you. Take a piece of card. Look, this has got Jessie's footprint on. It's got a little mark on there. That's where she trod on it in the garden. Let me just see if I've got a flatter one. This one looks a little bit better. So take your piece of card, and then take, oh look, a postcard on the top would look nice, wouldn't it? So take your piece of card like that, and then measure it. So this one is just over 4.5 by, 3 1/4. That would probably be about 3.5. So I'd measure that 3.5 this way, adding 2 inches, so that would be 5.5. So you want to measure 5.5 by, I would say, 6 3/4. I would probably do that. So I would measure that probably, yeah, about there, and then you'd have an inch either side, like that. So just add an inch either side to it around the edges. This size, I'd need 2 pieces. But look at that. And then the bottom one has to be smaller than the top one. So just come in sort of like 1/8 of an inch each time. Yeah, it only needs to be 1/8 of an inch, like that. So just a tiny little bit, and it will work. But I love them. I think they are lovely, and you can make them as big as small as you like. And obviously, if you've got a longer or a square, look at that. That would look really lovely on a little box, wouldn't it? And again, if you wanted, talking I am. So this is 2.5 inches. So if you wanted, obviously, a border around this, so it doesn't take up the whole top of your box, like that, add a little bit extra. So that's 2.5. So if you wanted 3, I would probably do that 3 and then add in each of the sides, so that would be 5. So that would make that, so I'd probably do that about 4 3/4 on that one. So you'd do 6 3/4, so if that makes sense. So just add a little border around it, but loving it. Super simple, super simple, and they are just beautiful. Shall I make, what time have we got? Oh, I could do, I'm going to do a square one. I'm not going to bother about what I'm going to put on top of this one, but I'm just going to do a square one, just a small little box. So if I did it, if I cut it 5 inches, if I did it 5 by 5, that would make a 3-inch box. So I'm going to just go over 1/8 of an inch, and then do the same, and then so that would be the top, and then on this one I'd go 5 like that. So then this would be the bottom. So that's 5 by 5. Where's my little thingamajiggy gone? Where's my little score tool? Oh, I've got so much stuff. Really do have so much stuff on my desk. So 1 inch. That's if you wanted 1 inch either side. Oops, wrong one. Score 1 inch all the way round, like that. And the same on this one. Like that. Down again. The smaller the box, you don't need such a heavyweight card. Oopsie daisy. Because it will be, you know, not so big, obviously. Right, let me just quickly cut this. So cut a little section out. You don't have to cut, you know, you can just cut a little piece like that and bend it over. But I find it easier just to, you know, cut that down, then you've only got a little bit to stick on there. Easy peasy, like that. All the way around. Try and go around the same way so it looks nice and neat. Especially if you're going to sort of sell them, put things in to sell them, you want them to be nice and neat and tidy, don't you? So we've got that one, and then we'll do this one. Like that. You can also sort of stick it with a little bit of double-sided tape. You don't need glue. Pop a little bit of double-sided tape on there. And again, you don't even have to ink them if you don't want to. Like that. I'm not going to ink this one, I'm going to leave it. Just so I'll show you how it goes together. Let's just take those bits. So let's just bend these. Like that. This is going to be a lovely little square box. Like that. So yeah, if you sell things, these are just perfect to put little knicky-knacks or whatever you want to. Make your own boxes to put the things you sell in. If you know what I mean. There we go. Little diddly bit of glue either on each little triangle. And on this one. Where's my lid gone? Oh, there it is. Let's just stick that down. Like that. Pop that down. There we go. So guys, what are you all working on at the moment? Are you making journals? Do you crochet? Do you knit? Are you doing something else other than paper crafting? Do you paint? Do you like mixed media? because I like all sorts of crafts. I like to do all sorts of things. I don't really, as you all probably know, don't stick to one thing. I like to have a go at all sorts of things. Because I think it's good to be versatile, isn't it? And have your hand at sort of doing all sorts of things. Like that, which I haven't done mixed media for a long time, which I really would like to sort of get back to doing a little bit of that. I used to do that on a Sunday, but I don't know, time just goes, it's just going so quickly that I seem to fill my days up with you know, well, they seem to fill up very quickly. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Put that on there. There we go. Right, that's our little square box. Now I think that was the top. And look, we've got a little square box. Oh, again, I forgot to cut the little side bits out. Let's just put that. Oops, that's sort of roughly the middle. Roughly the middle. That sort of. There we go. That just makes it easier for you to take the bottom off the top, especially because they're lined up the same. So that just opens up like that. But look at that, just fabulous. And then, oh look, I got all bits hanging off me. Let's see what we've got in here I can pop on the top. Just quickly. Oh, I've got a round one there. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. That's what we will put on top of this one. Like that. I think I'm going to have to just ink this just a tiny bit. I'm going to put it on there just to make it harder. Let me just ink it with this. Just around. Like that. Just around the edges. Super. So if you do make them, pop them into the Facebook group. I would love to have a look at your little boxes you've made, because I love seeing all the things that you do. There we go. That can go on there like that. And I probably should have stuck this on first as well, but like that. That's lovely. Now this has to be sort of lined up pretty well, doesn't it? Let's go around. Let's see. Let's put it this way. There we go. That says fine jewellery on this one. Let's just push it down this way. So you could do with a little sort of bit of bling on here, couldn't you? Would be quite nice. You could pop a little bit of tissue paper in there. And if you do resin work or something, you could make yourself a little tag to put on the top. Handmade by or something like that. What was I going to put on here? What can we put on here? I've got this. This isn't my favourite. I don't like this plastic stuff, but I think it will probably work quite nicely on this box, seeing it's blingy. Seeing it's fine jewellery, it says. What do you think? No, I don't. I just don't like that. I don't like that one. I think we will have... Look, we've got this. I do like this. That's nice, isn't it? I'm going to put this on. I'm going to ink this up in a minute. So we shall put this on there. I'm going to actually, I'm not going to use glue gun on that because this is very, very light. I'm going to measure it first. So if I chop it about there. This is very light, so glue gun would just show through and it would look awful. So let's just use a little bit of the 3-in-1. Start on there. There we go. So yeah, there's endless ways of decorating them as well, depending what you're going to pop in it. I think this needs a little bow on. I think we need to pop a little bow on this one. Pop that down. Is that going to be about right? I think I'll overlap those two little, oops, oozy glue. Actually, if I put this at the front, I could have put a bow there and covered that up, actually, that join. But I didn't, so never mind. Pop that in my pot. Oops. Let's do that again. Let's pop that in there. Right, we need a little bow, don't we? This is rather pretty. Shall I try and make one? I'm so used to using my bow maker, because I do love it. Let's just make a little bow like that and pop a little bow just on there. Nice and simple. There we go. That little bit can go in my little pot. Don't want to lose any of this beautiful vintage lace, do we? Oh, where's the bottom? Let's pop that on. This little one can go there, like that. And I'm going to glue gun this one on. Let's just pop that on. Right there. Like that. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? That's so, so lovely. I will ink this up a little bit more. Just a little bit. I just think they're so pretty, so easy. So there we go, guys. That's how simple it is to make a lovely little box. Now I'm just going to pop some of these little bits in there just to show you. Look, a little bit of lace in there. Pop that down, pop the lid on, and we've got this beautiful little box. So I have got lots and lots now. And this one, which is a little envelope. I like this one. I do love this one. Love it. You could sign it. You could put a little signature on the bottom, or write something on there. But there we go, guys. Some lovely little boxes. I think they're beautiful. But again, I think a little bit of lace topped would look lovely, wouldn't it? On there with little dingle dangles. We like our dingle dangles. But there we go, guys. I shall not talk anymore. There we are. That's our lovely little boxes for today. So thank you so, so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.